I never thought this day would come, but I'm officially Jamie's gopher. See those 2 cups of coffee? Those are for him, not for me. There you go, boss.
Oh, man, thanks.
I just hit an all-time low. Just had to gopher for my younger brother, bring him his coffee on Monday morning.
I feel like I'm going to live now. I appreciate that.
You have made it. Right there, you have made it. The big boss brings the little boss coffee.
Whoa, you got this mixed up.
Blue tape.
Oh, shoot.
I got some shims. Will that work? I got a Milwaukee.
Well,
blue. Wait, I got blue.
no.
That's a strap.
New magic marker for that.
This is not gonna work. This is
You
petrified.
don't think that'll work?
No, look at this.
I mean, it seems fine to me.
I don't need tape. I can do it.
I don't know
This
why
is-
you don't use that right there.
Jordan. Today we've got a great show for you. We're going to be installing the door and drawer pulls for this kitchen and the wet bar, and you'll see all of the interesting things that happen when you try to do that. It's always like Christmas at the job site till you realize what you're opening is a bunch of work.
Yeah, this is not. This feels like
Oh, these look like
you're Scrooge.
Yeah, these are like.
Oh my god.
You can't.
If you want to check these out, these should be pretty easy, and the reason is there's lots of coverage from the knob itself on the hole. So if we're not exact, we got a little wiggle room. Some of them are really like you have to do it exact, like the little piece that contacts the cabinet is only the size of the hole. Those are harder. Looks like we got 3 inches. So that's a standard size. They can swap them out to something if they don't like the leaves later on.
Perfect. Yeah, 3 inches. That's about standard in my
You
house
know,
too.
on the website they looked green, and these aren't green.
You didn't catch that one.
What?
I said 3 inches is about standard in my house.
Can you see that?
That
Let me
pretty much
see.
happens all the time.
Yeah, those are. Oof.
And I would
Cleaned in.
tell you this out of these kind of things, I'd be careful of stripping them because
Yeah.
I've had that happen. You know, you're trying to straighten it and it strips the screws or whatever. That's common.
How many houses are we doing?
80.
Seriously, come on, dude. There's like 6 in there.
No, John and I counted like 41. Didn't we? Something like that. Wasn't that what it was?
There's like 91 here.
This is always a question. Do you line this screw with the edge of this bottom rail?
I like it there. Or do you put the center of this leaf in the center of the square between that panel and this
No.
one? No, it's too low.
I mean, I'm thinking that or that.
No, I think I like that the best.
You know what I think? I'd come square off of here for my hole.
For the hole.
You know, I think I would do this.
I mean, that's where you'd center it, right? I mean,
I think so. That way you line.
Sometimes we actually call the client on this, but I'm thinking that's got to be it, or that.
I like
I think that's
that.
too high.
Think so?
I like that. Seriously.
Now I'm really confused.
For where should a cabinet pole be located?
FGI.
wherever you want.
Oh, we're gonna
That's
have
a
to
lot
read
of
that.
reading.
I'm not reading all that.
Pro tip.
Oh wow! That's awesome.
Pro tip. Knobs are most commonly used for cabinet doors, while pulls are used for both drawers and doors. Yeah, that's kind of a lame pro tip, dude. I think you do what you want, bub.
I bet it's at 2
center.
3/4. It's right up the top. It's like at 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Look, see, it's way up there.
So-
You'd never imagine how much work this is.
So wait, so how far are those two apart?
After all this, we're gonna make some jigs. All the measuring, all that placement. I know there's jigs out there. I know everybody makes jigs for this. I just don't like using the pre-made jigs.
You just like making jigs.
Maybe I do.
That's what it is.
What's wrong with that? So we're gonna go, yeah, boom. Yeah, I need to make a mirror image of that, so we'll go right there.
Fusion.
Yep. We'll get it squared up here.
I don't think 90 is good. I think 95 is the number.
Who would have thought we could take something super boring and make it even more boring?
Dude, there's some precision marks he made there.
I thought you were gonna say take something super simple and make it really complicated, but I told you, dude, we should have gone back to the shop and hooked up the milling machine, dude, we could bore these out and weld up some aluminum stuff real fast.
We could do them like next Tuesday.
Like I was
next
saying,
Tuesday.
you know.
By next week, we could,
More boring.
we could get started.
Got it.
Little dot. Little dot. Okay, we marked it. That looks pretty good.
Does it?
Does it?
Let me see my speed square.
I think it looks pretty nice.
1.5 inches. Ooh, no, that's not nice. That's what I thought.
No, you're
1.5
kidding.
inches, that's 1.9 inches.
Well, we'll call Nate and he can make a new door.
Thankfully, my laser eye caught that our jig was a little bit off, and I resorted to just using the speed square like I've always done. You can't mess up here unless you just mark the wrong spot. So what I've done is mark the marks I'm supposed to mark on my speed square.
You want to use the tapered bit with the pointer on it?
I got it. Make sure I'm not going to drill through and hit anything there. So the thing with using that tapered bit to start with is that when this starts, that leading edge kind of catches too deep and it chips.
Gotcha.
So I think it's better just to drill it the full size.
Okay.
Oh, just being really careful with it. And I can still steer it a little like that. Yep. So that's it.
And I think we did mention the good thing about these pulls is that there is a little bit of some error.
Yeah, a lot of bit.
So that if it's off a little bit, you can make up for
This
it.
is still really nerve-wracking every time. It's kind of a stressful thing to drill holes in like $20,000 worth of cabinets, and you know, on a Monday morning.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you're on the drill, bub.
Yeah, I know it's.
I'm on the hand
real.
screwdriver.
Pro tip of the daytime, and the first one is I'm going to take my tool belt off because I've already like almost hit this brand new oven with my hammer. So we're going to take that off. I'll just get my speed square, do that in my pocket. Couple of quick pro tips here for doing this. Number one, make sure that when you drill through a door, you're not going to drill into the face frame of your cabinet and put a hole in that as well. I've done that before. And the other thing is to check the hinging of each door. I've drilled holes in the wrong side of the door before, thinking that it opened the opposite way that it really did. Also, it's a good thing to be aware that the drawers are going to have a different thickness than the doors because the drawer front is mounted to a drawer box, and that makes it way thicker total. The handles we have here only have one length of screw. Sometimes you get multiple lengths of screws with each handle to deal with these thickness differences. So here's how we dealt with the problem. We decided to use a countersink bit just larger than the screw head so that the screw could recess into the back of this drawer box and stick out the front the right amount. Another method we've used is to take all of the drawer fronts off of the boxes and mount the handles to just the drawer front and then remount all of the drawer fronts on the boxes. This can be really time consuming, and actually it can be really hard to get these drawer fronts on perfectly centered and level again.
So this might seem like a kind of common sense pro tip, but when you're putting in these handles, I find it easiest to get the first screw started, but don't take it home super tight.
Right.
That way you can still move the handle around, and so when you put the second screw in, it's easier to line up the hole. And then once you got both of them started, then you can go ahead and finish them off.
It's all about that alignment, really.
It's all about alignment.
You got no play. You got an exact fit on the handle of the screw. So
It's all about alignment.
yeah.
I think if you just push it harder, it'll go.
I don't know what to do there. We should have checked that.
Vertical.
Could get like just one little knob.
You know what we could do? I got it. You could probably get like a little knob.
It's a great idea. We should just get a knob.
That's a novel idea.
Yo, Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Man.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't know the
That's
TL.
better.
I didn't know the TL was wrong, man. Sorry.
You can see here we worked really hard to get you every single camera angle available of mounting door hardware. So hopefully that paid off and you're really enjoying this video. This cabinet is a dummy, but we wanted it to match this one. So we got to cut the screw. I'm going to mark it, the 1/4 inch stick out-ish. And then I think that guy's going to cut it.
You're crazy, dude. That's a
That's
wire
what
stripper.
I think it's made to do this.
It is not.
Thread it in. Threads in one side. I can't see the threads. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, it is made to do that. I've never known this.
So it's about where we want it.
OMG.
And then you got to thread it back out though, or screwdriver.
I am so impressed. What is that?
It's a wire stripper.
But why does it fit that screw
Because when
exactly?
you're doing wiring, you're like installing faceplates and stuff that have these little screws like this. You can cut them to length. So learn something new every day, don't you?
I'm seriously.
We are
I'm
solving
baffled.
the mysteries of the world right
I'm
now.
baffled.
What are we going to learn next?
This video is brought to you by Sashco, and they make premium sealants and caulks. It's what we've used for decades on our builds. Before we even knew what Sashco was, we were using Big Stretch inside and Lexel on the outside, and those are my two favorites. They're way better than some of the cheaper alternatives, so I'm definitely willing to pay the money to make sure that the final barrier between the houses we build and the elements is something really good that's gonna last a really long time. If you're one of the folks that's still using a silicone-based sealant for roofing projects, check out Lexel. Just buy one tube and use it, and you'll see how much better it is, and you'll see over time how much better it lasts. That's why it costs a little more, but it's really worth it. Water damage is not good. So next time you're at Lowe's, look for the Sashco name on the tube of caulk you're buying. They make Lexel, Big Stretch, Through the Roof, and another product called Moreflex for masonry. I highly recommend any of it. Thanks again to Sashco for sponsoring this video. Up next, we're gonna check out the installation of this over-the-range microwave, and this is also one of my least favorite things to do.
Here we are again, me and you. The over-the-range,
Yeah.
whatever it is, that's us.
I don't like this pattern that's forming.
Remember the last one had 2 blowers? Remember
Oh,
that?
yeah.
On the
we,
mountain?
And we put them in twice because we put them in backwards the first time.
We're gonna put this in and hopefully it's gonna go good. This is the #1 thing that people have no idea what it's for. And it's to go around the inside of the hole that you cut so that your cord doesn't get shredded.
Come on.
That's what it's for.
Really?
Yeah. I know everybody looks at this and they're like, what in the world is that? Like,
Brush my cat.
it's like a little caterpillar. I don't know what it is. So
Woolly worm.
that's what it's for. We've never used one though. Because the bottom of these cabinets are way thicker than that.
Yeah. We could glue it on.
Nah, we don't need it.
No.
We will not use these either because we're gonna hit our blocking. Remember the blocking you did?
Yep.
Solid blocking, no matter
Solid
where we
blocking.
put a screw, through the.
I mean, that's a pro tip. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously-
So this is going over here. We got solid blocking behind that whole area. So when we go to screw the brackets to the wall, we don't have to use these drywall anchors. Can you imagine hanging your microwave on drywall? So this thing's like 30, 40 pounds.
Now that would be for someone putting this into an existing house where there's no blocking.
Yeah, and I will say that the cabinet above also holds a lot of the weight. But that's what that's for, in case you don't have blocking.
Gotcha. So speaking of woolly worms, what's going on with your stash there, bro?
I don't
Why
know.
is it so thick?
I don't know. It's getting in the way when I'm eating now.
Dude, a few months ago you got that thing high and tight. Now
That's
it's like
that's what I'm
long.
afraid of is that thing. Dude, that guy cut it like way up, and I got like a Hitler mustache.
It
or
looks like you're
something.
making up for lost time or something.
I'm
with that
scared to
thing.
get cut again. No.
I'll do it.
Seriously, it does not have a number? I mean, I'll just measure the template.
Why don't we just put the template up?
Well, because the template has this extra 1/4 inch. See that?
You're supposed to cut it.
Yeah, I don't have scissors out here.
Me neither.
Why would they do that?
This is for home installation. Step number 1. Trim the rear wall template along dotted line.
Yeah, that's stupid. Why wouldn't they just send it already the right size?
Because then step 1 would be no good.
16 1/8. I think we got it.
Okay.
Future walking worked. Walking.
Solid.
Oh yeah.
It's that's a pretty sweet move there, bub.
It's hard to run a tape, like, you know what I'm saying? To measure.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
It's all, the way they do this, it's all flipped around and backwards.
Yeah.
So,
You got both
LG,
sides?
life's good, you know? And you gotta do this move. This part of the template is super confusing too. The edges of the cabinets are here.
You may recall me
Even
mentioning
though there's
that the
no
light rail
line,
we installed in
I
a
just
previous
wanna
video
measure it. For the
might
guy
be
that
in the
wants to
way of
measure it,
installing
this
this
is like-
microwave, and it turns out
What
it
is
was.
line?
We
What is
couldn't
line,
tip the
you know?
microwave back enough to
And
get it
it's
to
a
latch into
terrible
the bottom
design, though.
bracket.
Like, if you're doing this by yourself, I mean, I guess you could tape it,
Totally impossible.
but just even to hold it there to tape it by yourself would be near impossible. So we can do it with 2 people though.
Arlo could hear us struggling
that
from
was good.
downstairs, so he
Nice
came
and
in to
soft.
help us,
Solid.
and we got this thing put in
All right,
pretty
now
easy
move the
once
whole
the light
floor
rail was out of our way.
Cord. All right, you just pull that out of that box there and we'll get it right up there. There's the man we need. Come on, muscles, let's go.
I'm busy.
What do you mean you're busy?
I'm working on, I gotta find something to work on besides this.
Bye-bye light rail.
And we're gonna
But
try
we
again.
tried anyway.
Yeah. And we can't move this stove if you're wondering, because it's all connected to gas line now.
What is line?
Yeah.
Do not use rack when popping popcorn.
Huh. It just blows my mind you can put a metal rack in a microwave and you can't put metal in a microwave. I don't know. I don't understand.
With our microwave installed and all of the nails pulled out of our light rail, I could reinstall the light rail with some new pin nails. And this is a pretty enjoyable task when all the pieces are already cut to the right length.
Hey, thanks for building with us today. We really appreciate it. And you made it through a 20-minute video about door pulls and a microwave installation, which is awesome. We do a lot of other stuff, but what we do is just video what we do at work. So stay tuned, and the next video will be something totally different. Thanks for watching.